What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on my channel, and today I thought we'd have a look and preview our 2019 AFL fixture. The release of the fixture is next Wednesday, so we are going to have a look and see exactly what we can expect from the fixture, what we'd like to see from our 22 games, and what I can guarantee what will be on the list next year. It's going to be a very exciting time. We know our fixture we plan in advance, so it's going to be good fun to see exactly which teams we're playing twice, where we travel, and what home games and big blockbusters we get for 2019. So without further ado, let's get this started and preview the 2019 fixture. So there's three categories I've written down for this video today. It's basically what we'd expect, what I'd like to see, and what I can guarantee will be in the fixture for next year. First of all, I'd like to start with the expectations. First of all, don't expect many primetime games. As we know, our season in 2018 wasn't the greatest, and we keep dwelling on that. Our first 15 games was pretty good, 11-4. So you could maybe base on that, and obviously you've got to look at crowd averages, which we just got, I think, over 38,500 for the year, which we actually improved this year compared to the last couple of years as well. But I wouldn't be expecting too many Friday night, Saturday night games, especially with our drop in form to end up finishing 10th. I know they'll base it more on who we're playing, crowd averages, and obviously form throughout the year. And being that middle of the road team, I wouldn't be expecting a high number of primetime games. In saying that though, finishing 10th does have its positive for the fixture, which means we should get a middle of the road draw. So it should be a pretty favourable draw for us, depending on obviously how we take on next season and how our form is. But I think the main thing is with that finishing 10th, we'll obviously have the standard 11 home games, one extra showdown, and maybe we'll get some easier games throughout and easier patches to help us try and get back into the finals next year. I'm expecting, I don't know about you, this is a personal expectation, but I'm expecting to see one primetime showdown. So whether or not it's an Adelaide or a Port Adelaide home game, Friday night showdown, a Thursday night showdown, which would be very, very unlikely considering, you know, it's such a big game to throw a showdown on a Thursday night. If they do it on the Thursday night, they better make sure they do it in either school holidays or the public holidays the next day or something like that, so the kids and the families can go without the hassle of getting up that next morning to either go to work, school, or anything that they have to do in their personal lives. So I'm expecting one of the showdowns to be a Friday night, and the other one will probably be either a Saturday night or a Saturday afternoon, you know, one of the twilight time slots. I'm expecting as well another 2 MCG games. Again, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really feeling that, you know, if we can get 2 MCG games once again, it will give us a good preparation just in case, you know, we surprise everyone and actually be a good team next year. And, you know, MCG experience always helps out, especially with the younger kids as well. So a lot more of those, maybe even a night MCG game as well. That would be really good to see, and I really hope that we can, you know, and even, like, I'd prefer not to play at Etihad because that place sucks for us. We seem to do absolutely poorly there, even though we beat North there last year. But I think more MCG games, the better for us. And just as standard as well, I'm expecting to start the year away. We did finish this year's home and away season at home. So usually the next year you start away, especially because we started at home as well in 2018. So we started at home and finished at home. I'm expecting for us to do the opposite. I feel like there's a little bit of a change in the fixture there, so we might be getting away start and away finish, or it could be the typical away start and home finish, but you can almost guarantee that we'll be playing away in round 1. Alright, so the guarantees for the fixture in 2019, look, there's only a couple I can basically guarantee, and that's obviously, first of all, 2 showdowns. So we'll definitely have 1 away, 1 home showdown. It's a given for every single year, so it will definitely happen. As I said before, it might be 1 a Friday night, 1 a Sunday twilight, Saturday twilight. Something like that will occur. Shanghai, now this is the big one. I'm expecting an announcement of that in the coming days. I'm recording this video on a Wednesday, the week before the fixture release. So if it's announced during this period before the upload, then yeah, we're definitely playing St Kilda in Shanghai. Dates to be announced. I'm hearing it's going to be June 2nd. so a little bit later in the year. So I think that might correlate better with a bye. So you know, all the teams can have a bye around that period of time. I think it happened last year. Everyone's byes were in the middle to early June, and ours was at the end of May. So 2-week difference will really help us in the long term. I reckon Shanghai sort of hurt our fitness last year, and it's probably, you know, a bit of a draining experience, and probably the short term doesn't hurt, but the long term, you know, week by week playing and having that longer period between byes definitely would hurt the fitness levels of our club. And lastly, Anzac round will be definitely at the Adelaide Oval. We always request that one when we put in our fixture preferences. So Anzac round at the Adelaide Oval. Port Adelaide always get the Anzac round at home. Would be nice to have the Indigenous round at home too, but we do such a good job of our Indigenous cultures and Indigenous programs that one week we'll play away for the Indigenous round, and the next week we'll bring it all back again for our home game the next week. So I can definitely guarantee Anzac round at home, Indigenous round will be away, but they'll definitely have their own celebration, Port Adelaide at home too, the week after. Alright, so what I'd like to see from the fixture next year would be, there's a couple of different things that we haven't seen in a while, and that's Port Adelaide versus Richmond at the MCG. Last time we did that was 2016, I'm pretty sure, where we won. It was a Saturday night, so I'd like to see that, a night game again against the Tigers, maybe even a Friday night. Bit of a prime time slot. We seem to have all our prime time Friday nights, Saturday nights at home. So I'd like to play away in those slots, you know, just a little bit something different, and get used to playing away on such a big stage would really help out the, you know, getting experience into the guys as well. Pretty standard with South Australian, Western, all interstate teams really is to have a couple of free-to-air games. I'm expecting at least 5. I think we had 4 or 5 this year. Again, I'd like to see us get a little bit more free-to-air games, because I know our atmosphere at our home games is sensational. No matter if there's 35,000, 30,000, or even 45,000, no matter what, it's always great to be a part of. And I reckon giving that exposure would be a real treat for everyone around Australia watching. And I know, you know, you have the haters there saying never tear us apart's absolutely dreadful and it's so cringy and blah blah blah, all that crap. But it's a spectacle for people that don't usually watch the AFL, and I reckon if something like that is broadcasted nationwide, then it definitely helps the club, our fans, and anything exposure of the atmosphere of an AFL game in general. I'd like to see more Saturday night games in 2019. We only had, I'm pretty sure, the one. There was a survey I put out a couple of months ago on a Port fan page asking what everyone's preferred time slots are, and majority was Saturday night. You know, Friday night did come into consideration too, but I know a lot of people work late, so Friday nights can be hindered. But Saturday nights were the peak of that list, and if Port fans are most notably wanting Saturday night time slots, then there's no harm in putting us on a Saturday night at home. You know, you can put a Sydney, you can bring a Geelong over, Hawthorn, bring the big guns over. We can play them at home Saturday night, broadcast by Channel 7. It'll be a good atmosphere, and it'll be a good game of footy. So that's it, Port fans. That's a little fixture preview for 2019. The fixture release will be officially out next Wednesday. I'm pretty sure that's the 1st of November, the 31st, or 31st of December, 1st of November. Let me know in the comments below, what do you like to see? Any particular games you'd like to see at home, or anything in particular for the fixture in 2019? What would your preferences be as a fan to go to the games, and what teams you'd like to see? Thanks very much for watching, Port fans. Thank you very much for 900 subscribers as well. I think I said that last video, but once again, we are pushing to 1,000, getting so close. So if you haven't already, please subscribe for plenty more Port Adelaide content coming your way over the off-season. Portress Podcast, make sure you follow that. We'll be out every second Wednesday until the draft, so keep following us and keep listening along. We really appreciate all the support. Thank you very much for watching, Port fans. My name is Anthony, and as always, come a pair.